Anyway, no more fun, Mouse. Who's ready for D&D?
Ooh, me.
I am, but I'm also going to be thinking about this used to be a fun mouse for the rest of the night.
Okay.
Okay, it's D&D time. Time for me to die!
Yes.
Okay.
Time for all of us to die.
No. Anyway.
I guess I'll put you guys in here.
You gonna say the words first, or?
I am. You're in
Okay.
a fucking minute.
Okay.
I have to think about how to play this video game.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, my travelers. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
This is a game.
What happened last time, Delta?
Thank you for asking. Last time on Dungeons and Dragons, you guys broke into the Emperor's house.
He was locked in. He was also alive, but asleep.
You found a room with a large snake mosaic on the floor, and a giant floating arcane quartz crystal in the middle that did a cool vibration thing. Drop the base.
Perfectly normal.
You know, as you do in your house when you're rich. And you went down exactly one of the 5 doors and found a greenhouse filled with mostly wilted, almost dead plants, of which exactly one would talk to you and told you
treasures in the other places.
Told you you'll be sleeping soon.
Fucking threaten her lives, you mean?
That
And it was
threatened your
right.
family's lives.
The lily pad was right.
All right.
We all sleep down here.
Stop. You Pennywise ass. I've had enough of clowns tonight.
Now it's full of evil clowns. This used to be a greenhouse.
We can't get this off track when we haven't even begun yet.
Anyway, after that sort of haunting message, you found a small overgrown patio with the Emperor asleep in a hammock and covered in vines, and you quickly tore all that shit off of him before Noah fell unconscious, and Rizlan has been retconned to not fall unconscious.
Although, by this point, he is near catatonic, is he not?
Yeah,
He
he's very
fell
catatonic.
before.
He's bad.
Yeah. Because he'd failed those checks before.
Rizlan failed like 3 times, so he's rough.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And you all realized, hey, you're gonna fall asleep, and you started running with the Emperor back into the snake room before realizing if you left, those guys were there waiting, so you all decided to plane shift and go to the Feywilds.
As you do.
Because why the fuck
As you
not?
do.
As you do, you know? Sometimes
You just gotta
just
do
gotta
it.
go with the fairies.
I mean, Merritt's from there. It's fine. We're just
You gotta do it for
on
them.
vacation. It's just a nice cruise.
That's a nice cruise. Just keep believing that.
I'm having a mental break, please.
No, our last trip to the Feywilds was a nice cruise because we had our own dimension.
Yeah, we had walls to protect us from
Mhm.
everything but deer.
And
It's your time.
Merritt had
Not deer
2 exhaustion points.
time.
Nor had 1.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
I
open
assume Rin-
Rizlan's sheet.
Yeah. Rin would have at least.
20.
Rizlan's
Well-
dead.
Yeah, all it takes is
Please
6 to
don't
die.
even-
If he failed that many times, what, maybe has.
No, we only did like
3?
4 checks total, so. Don't kill Rizlan, I'll be so pissed.
Reverend
definitely didn't
will
do
be
enough.
very depressed if he dies.
We definitely didn't do enough checks to kill him, but he's very tired.
Bitch, me too.
This is one of the few without exhaustion points or is passed out.
No, Siren's talking right now.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I don't believe anyone else had exhaustion because you all fell asleep like normal people.
Yeah, it was just the Fey ancestry people who were like, "Oh, I can't sleep. Oh fuck. Oh god.
This is the worst.
Oh my."
God. Oh fuck. Peric is also okay. Where are you, bitch? All right. So, you all teleported to the Feywilds, and last we left off, you didn't know where you were beyond being in the woods. And just kind of being alone in the woods.
I tried to do it last session, but since we cut from before confirming, but Mayor just like looked around at the woods around and went, "Hello."
Hello?
Was anybody there?
Yeah, you do not get an answer. And this is not at least anywhere near your mother's tree that you can see.
Shit.
I would like to do a quick check to see if there's anything living other than plants around us.
Are you gonna like actually move and investigate?
Not a lot. Staying
Okay.
within like 10 feet of everyone.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Radical. 10.
Cool. I will also note it is like daytime here.
Okay.
Which time zones are weird, so who knows on that point, as well as being in a different plane of existence, so
Yeah, I mean, it is plane shift. We are definitely. It would have to be.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
So Pen, you're one of the few who are actually awake enough to do this. You quickly kind of get up and look around. There are animals around who sort of got really taken off guard by all of you suddenly appearing in the middle of this forest, and like as you sort of like sit up, you kind of catch like a deer like hopping away through the woods really quickly.
Pen flinches.
There's a couple of birds around, but nothing really that catches your eye.
Cool.
Okay, it's the woods. Is it very obviously the Feywilds, even to Merritt?
Yeah, this is.
Okay.
There are. It's not to the extent of when you went on the hunt, where everything was pink and purple and odd colored, but there are definitely like odd things every now and then. You sort of, I guess, Pen, you see this. You like find a little bird up in the tree, and it turns to you and has like 3 eyes.
Nice. Okay. So it's subtle little weird things. That's a fair point in the right direction. Kind of.
So is it just Pen, Reverence, and Peric that are like able to walk?
Nor can still walk
Nor's
with
just
only
snoozy?
one,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I can walk but limitedly, and I can't carry anyone.
Merritt has half speed, and both Nor and Merritt have disadvantage on ability checks. And on top of all of that, Rizlon has a disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Radical. We should find a safe spot to rest.
None of this place is safe.
It's really not.
A relatively safe spot to rest.
I'm gonna die.
We can try.
To die.
And I certainly don't see Mother Tree at all anywhere.
Not through these trees, no.
Okay.
Can you talk to the trees and ask them where? Merit. Talk to the trees, please.
Hello, got no response.
Try harder.
Sort of like strains his throat as much as he can with how tired he is, and tries in Sylvan this time. Anyone willing to talk?
There's like a slight breeze, and you hear like the leaves kind of ruffling slightly, and you're kind of like looking around, like, "Hello, anyone, please? God, hello."
Queen, it's me, Merritt.
Anyone? And you hear one of the trees eventually say, "Who's asking?"
Child of the Rosewoods.
What do you want?
I'm very tired, slightly disoriented. How far away are we from the Rosewood thickets? That's all I like.
You're in
What?
them, buddy.
It's me, Merritt. Would you please tell me where Stellaria is?
And the tree kind of laughs.
And you all, he's speaking Sylvan, so you don't know what he's saying, but you see Merritt, very flat expression, just...
He's just making tree noises, and we're all like, staring at him.
I mean,
He's speaking in Sylvan.
yeah.
Like
he
I
speaks...
said, tree noises.
Yeah! Okay, that's
Sylvan
fair.
is actually a series of wood creeks.
That's my understanding of Sylvan. That's Reverence's understanding of Sylvan.
Oh,
By which
God.
I mean she doesn't know it exists as a language.
The tree kind of like laughs at you at this point and says, "Keep heading northish."
I appreciate it. Cheers. Continue on. And then Merritt just like,
I don't have a choice, buddy.
I know. And Merritt switches back to comment, slightly slurred from where he's tired, and Sylvan was his native language. Shifts back to comment and goes northward and points to where he's pretty sure it's north.
Make a survival check.
God damn it.
When he points in a direction, can I double check?
You can.
Wonderful.
Public roll, disadvantage.
10, give me a survival check.
God, that was a
Knows
that was
which way is north is.
17.
that was a 3
Um,
I rolled.
So Merritt goes that way and kind of like almost falls over, and it's definitely southeast. But
And
you
just
know
kind of
which way is north.
turns Merritt to point the correct direction.
Merritt lets them, and then in a smaller voice, that way.
You almost had it, darling. You were so
No.
very close.
He really didn't.
I didn't, but I appreciate it. That way, and I'll feel better.
I'm gonna turn into a bear. I'm gonna turn into a bear and carry my friends.
Oh my god.
You just sound so freaking excited. I'm gonna turn into a bear.
I'm gonna be a
Okay,
friendship bear, a care bear, even.
Care
Let's
Bear.
do this.
The Care Bear stare.
A Care Bear even.
No Care Bears in? Okay. There's a Care Bear dimension.
Stop it.
Oh my goodness.
Stop
I
it.
mean,
I
that
don't like
wasn't-
that.
Wasn't the,
Anyway.
I love
that
it.
the plot of some one of the it doesn't matter anyway.
It's a plot of all
Care
the
Bears-
Care Bears. They live in the clouds. I've seen
Yeah, they
all
live-
of them.
They live in the, they do live in the clouds, actually. It's like that's kind of their thing.
They're in the air elemental plane!
I went to
Oh
the
my
wrong
God.
I
one.
lose my mind.
Okay.
Oh my god!
I think.
Oh, God.
Anyway, turn into a bear.
I
Can
want
ask
to
for a sidekick.
carry as many of these sleepy bitches as I can.
How many are there? I know
Uh,
Merritt and Rizlin have half speed. Noah's out.
And the Emperor's
The
out.
Emperor's out.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
two are
that's-
completely out.
Definitely the unconscious ones.
Yeah. So you can definitely carry those two. I don't know if you can carry a third.
If there was a third who was also a gnome, then yes, but
Yeah.
I'm large and have 19 strength.
It's more there's not enough space.
Fair enough.
I'm thinking about a bear.
Yeah, bears.
Care Bears.
As long as I can get the sleeping ones, that's fine.
You a brown bear?
Yeah, brown bear.
Brown bear, adult, next to man.
we're getting those behind the curtain DM tips.
Well, most of these are
Google.
bear
it.
cougaroos.
Oh no.
That's his pet.
I am gonna say you can
That's
only
what
carry
That's
two.
just
Okay.
what Pen's wearing.
Just what Ben's wearing.
Pen just put on a kigurumi and said I'm a bear.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Ah.
and Lilith is supposed to be even bigger than
friend
that.
of the bear.
Lilith will grow bigger, but right now she's just a regular bear size.
This is a picture of Noah and Lilith.
Oh, so I'm a
I need to draw that.
Oh, there's nose bubbles.
That's disgusting. I
Yeah, it's
can't
really
wait
unpleasant.
to pay you to draw that.
Oh my god. It really
It
is.
really just is, huh?
Just proudly looking onward.
I'm just gonna pin that. The pin broke. We hit the limit of pins. What?
What?
There's
What?
a pin limit.
We have a pin limit.
Oh.
Yeah,
For
Shit.
whomst?
we reached that a while ago.
Wait,
I
No
tried to
way.
do stuff before and it just doesn't let me do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
well,
weed out
Bad.
pins.
I mean, I was about to.
Anything
Oh,
that's not funny, get rid of it.
Well, the knife trilogy has to stay. The knife cat.
I'm gonna remove
Anyway.
my not fuck because there's 3 of them and they're separate.
As long as you keep the original mic not fuck, that's fine.
Oh yeah, no,
Uh-huh.
that's not going anywhere. That was the first pin.
That's a fucking fossil. We can't move that one. That's like preserved
like-
in a museum.
Ball to the ground.
Anyway. Yeah,
Chance,
you
listen to
carry-
my brother and me sometime.
You should do that.
I
That's in
I
there.
started for a little while there and then I just dropped off again. Like I
Fucking
do
fool.
everything. I need to start watching Critical Role again too. I almost got caught up to it too. Anyways,
Proceed.
I'm a bastard. Let's do this.
Mood? God, there is. My throat is unhappy. And the soda went in my nasal cavity.
Uh,
That's fine. Just
Why
gonna
are you
drink water
drumming on
about
the
it.
door? It's just a door. Sorry.
Is Kitten Zone still rough?
They're stupid and small.
Me too.
Relatable.
All right. Anyway,
That is how kittens be. So yeah, Pen but a bear this time has 2 humans. Not
Kind of.
humans. Almost humans.
They look humanish.
humanoid.
Dancers.
Humanoid.
Dancers.
Mm-hmm.
2 dancers.
Are we human? Anyway. Yeah. Just.
We walk
Yeah.
slowly.
Yeah, you're gonna walk slowly, alright? Okay. You all start heading north. I guess who's leading?
Can it be me, the bear?
I feel like it's Pen the bear.
It's
I am
Pretend
definitely
bear.
like. Yeah. I just imagine Nor and Merritt both just sort of like. Leaning on you, and Ren too, for that matter. My brain keeps going. He's just asleep, right? No, he can still function, but barely.
Yeah, he's not
Barely.
asleep, so actually he's gonna shape change. Which you're all gonna
Oh.
see, which is gonna be horrible, so get ready for that.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Yep. Okay. Take off that damage. So, yeah, you all sort of get here and start moving, and, Rizlang goes, oh, okay, hold on. And, just kind of puts his hands over his face for a second, and you just kind of see all of his, like, skin change color, as well as he gets, like, kind of taller, but, it does not make a pleasant sound either. And you also see a horn protrude from the center of his head.
Show me. Show me him.
Hold on. On this board. Where are you, bitch?
Where is he?
Let me see him.
Oh my god.
And he
Hello?
turns
Oh,
into
fuck, this one's handsome too.
he turns into a female tiefling.
I like this one's. Oh, I like this one too.
Oh.
Everyone's so tired, they're just like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Pen makes
Or
sad
just-
bear noises. The bad sounds.
Yeah, it's like kind of like bones breaking.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It's pretty unpleasant, yeah.
I just imagine like kind of body horror noises, like
Essentially, like
Yeah.
every
like
werewolf
shit moving
transformation.
that should not be moving.
Rivers kind of puts her hand out on shoulder and is just like, are you okay?
Yes, wonderful, darling. Let's go.
She kind of makes a okay face.
Yeah, at the noises, Merritt just grimaced and just like after a few moments goes, probably not an unwise decision considering.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Just kind of
Face
grimaces at you.
says, I am gonna ask you about this
Yeah.
later. Is
Yeah.
what the face says.
Yeah, Merritt just goes, sorry. And proceed.
Just kind of making the emoji face.
Yeah. Okay. Just grimace emoji. That's it. Bless
Bless
you.
you.
Thank you.
So yeah, you all go northward, and there's a lot. The forest is a forest, and also the Feywild. So there's a lot of weird shit. you definitely at some point like spot a satyr just kind of very quickly leave after they see you. Before eventually
If Merritt's bottom, Merritt just nods in their direction, and then just proceeds.
before eventually coming up to a very, very large tree, where Merritt you pretty much immediately recognize as your mother's tree.
I'm so excited to meet his mom.
As
Mom time.
it's like, oh yeah, that's definitely her tree. It's just like, okay, just do remember manners. There's a lot. There's a lot, and I'm very
We
tired.
just left a ball where we had to learn manners. It's fine. I want to meet your mom.
Okay.
Do I need should I curtsy?
Uh,
Get at it.
if you're not that confident about it, don't worry about it.
I can try.
A small a small bow might do, but I don't. There's not.
Reverend demonstrates a curtsy.
I wouldn't worry about it. It's not quite so formal so much as politeness is a literal lifesaver. There's only so much vouching for you all I can do.
I wanted
just
to
want you
help
all
you
safe.
there.
I know.
You're my best friend. I wanted to
I-
help you.
I know. You're
I'm gonna curtsy.
okay.
She's not listening at all to the things that Mary's saying. She's just like,
I'm gonna
curtsy.
just stop talking.
But yeah, well, these have been the Rosewoods. I'd rather be sure safe with Mother. So we might as well stay there just for a little bit. Oh. Okay, yeah. We get there.
Yeah, you all sort of enter this it's not really a clearing, more as just like the roots of this tree are large enough to keep other trees at a distance.
Oh,
This tree is easily like sequoia size.
oh, I'm nervous. On the way towards it, Reverend is like, "Hey, what's your mom's name?"
Stellaria.
She's very big.
Yeah,
Say that again.
Stellaria.
Stellaria. With a T in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Smelloria.
Just for the sake of clarity.
Hey, Merritt, ask if Rizlan has a new name with the new face.
Oh, Ren, Pin wants to know if there's a new name. Of
No, I'm far too tired to think of one.
That's fair. Ren gets the job done just the same. And we're like, I assume we're all like holding on to Pin kind of as a guide, and Mary like pats Ren's hands there and then just goes back to leaning on Pin. Just like a comfort thing. And then
yeah, you all sort of come into this, like I said, almost clearing, more like root tangle, and almost immediately this woman steps out from behind one of the trees, and she's
Me.
very large.
Uh-huh.
Show me.
She's on the wrong way. Hold on, come back, please.
She.
And doesn't even look at any of you, zeroes in on Merritt, and goes, you come here, and
Hi,
very quickly
hi,
steps
Mara.
across towards
And-
you.
Yeah, Merritt goes forward to to his mom.
She just kind of like wraps you up in this hug and says, "Oh, you look so terrible, darling."
I know I looked better when I put this outfit on, but it's been a long. It was night, but you know. Hi.
Reverence is staring in awe.
How big is she?
Like right now, several feet taller than you.
Then
Like
Normal
taller
height
than
people.
Noah.
Nice.
Mhm.
Oh shit. Hunga.
It's my mom.
Yeah.
No, no. Hey, Merritt, I'm gonna need to.
Reverence is literally wide eyes, mouth open a little bit, like.
Yeah, you can describe her if you want, KR, or I can.
I'd love to, but go ahead.
So she has, green hair vine type weave things that go on, like, way past her waist. She's got very long hair, and, dark, woody skin. Is covered in flowers, looks very beautiful. And she actually kind of picks up Merritt in this hug.
Uh-huh. Yeah. The other details I can think of is she does have like little bits of like braids. Like there's one that goes down from her shoulder, and then the dress is very like not to be one-upped by her child. It has a deeper V in it, much deeper
Nice.
V.
Dan, Nikki, your bobbies.
But yeah, so it runs in the family.
Yeah, she kind of takes a moment to, like, assess you before realizing, yes, there's, like, 10 other people here. And just kind of looking down at all of you and just, who are your friends?
Friends.
Pen tries
I-
to wave.
Oh, yay. You gonna knock someone over?
No.
But yeah, because these are indeed friends. I've made quite a number of them while looking for father. Where it sort of looks and goes. I could do introductions, or everyone could introduce themselves. Even Pin. You can speak to her. The animal language thing is from my mom, so.
Hi.
Oh. That's all she says.
That one's not always a bear, which is really fun.
Oh, no. Hello? And she just starts bending down.
Hi. Wait, which names were we using?
Just
Or you
don't
just
don't
made
use
that name.
don't use the aliases.
Hi, I'm Pen. I'm not always a bear.
I love you so much! You're my angel!
That hamster screaming.
That's the one! That's what I was invoking! Amy, you are my angel! I would die for Pin. Anyway.
We're what we all.
And this is Noah, and this is the Emperor, and
What,
God, he's dropping the bomb.
I mean,
early, huh?
we didn't need titles, but okay.
oh, he has a name. Hmm.
I don't even know his name, I'm not gonna lie.
It was on his portrait.
Pen
So,
doesn't remember.
Pen doesn't remember, then I guess none of you know.
Kind of a man we didn't know, huh?
There's just Mare's just trying to remember the surname, and he's just going, no, I don't.
And this is Nor, and this is Ren, and
Reverence is literally too busy staring at this woman like, oh my god.
Thank God you didn't.
She's
I didn't
like-
have to introduce myself.
She's like,
I mean, you
frozen,
don't know
like,
that.
Here.
The bear's
Yeah,
just
Pen
growling.
is just growling. None of you can understand what Pen's saying.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it's Pin
Pen.
just growling. Yeah. Yeah.
You're so fucking valid, Pen.
It's Pin goes, and this is Nora, and Merrick goes, okay. And, like, gently pats Pin. Because I think introductions can be made for everyone on their own. Well, yeah. But still. Yeah. And Merrick looks at Reference and goes, weren't you going to do a whole thing?
Reverence kind of moves her mouth like she's gonna say something, and she just looks at this lady. You are so pretty.
Merrick just looks up at his mom and goes, yeah.
I know, but thank you, child.
Hi, I'm Reverence. She kind of curtsies, bowed, doesn't say. It fails because she doesn't stop looking at this lady like, oh my god.
She was better at that a few minutes ago.
Was I though?
Yeah, even though the point still gets across.
She sort of looks amused at you.
She's so pretty.
Ren, who I imagine is probably leaning on someone's shoulder, kind of stands up straight for themselves for the first time and kind of equally does a little bow and says, hello, my name is Ren. It's a pleasure to meet you. And, Stellaria kind of looks at them for a second before looking at all of you and says, well, you all look very terrible.
A long night. We got into quite a bit of trouble and managed to escape it via teleporting here, which I'm thankful for, but yeah, we're here with hopes of resting and then going back to finish the unfinished business we had left.
Very well. If you must, you may all stay here.
Thank you.
Must you leave, though, Merritt?
I'm afraid so.
Did you find him?
I found better clues of where he may yet be. I had even found a spell book thing that could show me him. He was still living yet, which I'm grateful for. But I have not found him physically yet. But I have a good few leads, of which I would not have found without these folk.
Well, I suppose I can... Since it is what you desire.
I do dearly appreciate it. Okay.
Please, rest. And you actually see her sort of gesture to the roots, and they all sort of part ways to leave this large opening for all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're just nods and proceeds.
She smiles and nods as you all sort of go, thanks! Steps out of the way slightly. It is mostly just bare ground. There are some leaves that have fallen and gotten soft and wet. As forest floors are wont to be. But it's fairly sheltered.
Yep. It's just like, yep, this is the usual. This has been.
So this is my room.
Yeah, I mean, it's already pretty close. So, I mean, Merritt would go over to the what serves as his room, which I guess I could explain.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, and amongst the roots and the floor and so on is there's like a set of blankets and pillows and stuff sort of bundled in a pile, not as extravagant as like Margaret or Rizlan's that some of us have seen prior, but it's more than just a bedroll and a pillow. Just sort of sat there, and next to it, half hidden under some of the pillows, are some crates. Not like big crates, the ones that like have like holes between the wooden planks for you to hold and stuff, kind of like that. A lot of the blankets and the pillows have different sorts of wear and tear, and the boxes are kind of much the same. And yeah, there's a faint bit of like some shining things. There's in one of the crates, there's like what looks to be the top of like a violin, and it looks like there's a string or two that's been busted off of it, just sort of sticking off, and yeah, Merritt makes sort of just a beeline for that in what seems to be where he sleeps. He's just like, make yourselves comfortable just about anywhere. We dog pilot. I don't care. We need sleep.
Your mom seems nice.
Nap time.
Yeah,
I mean,
as you all
she
sort
tries.
of like sit down, she kind of leaves you to be a little bit awkwardly.
As she like starts to leave, where it just goes, "Thank you again, mother," and just flops down on the bed.
She's gonna come back 5 minutes later during an important conversation and offer us cookies.
Oh, absolutely no. God, but yeah, because I mean, yeah, yeah. She can have her temper, but I wouldn't have lived this long had she been any less kind.
She's so pretty.
Mm-hmm. Where do you think I get my looks? My father?
I have no idea what your father looks like.
Pale, male, and stale.
Not entirely, but nothing compared to this. Anyway.
She's so
So she's a tree.
Uh-huh.
Her tree's so big.
Can she see us through the roots?
Can she?
I've just assumed she gets the idea.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I wish my
Ren
mom was a tree.
pretty much immediately just kind of collapses onto the floor and closes their eyes.
Not even.
Doesn't even like fully get in, like just out. Looks like that fucking cat that has his face down in the bed.
Reverence. Meow, baby.
Does everyone see this?
No. There's a kitten in my lap, and she went. You know that kitten noise?
Yeah, I love the
Reverence
kitten.
plops down next to Ren. Sleepy time.
Yeah, Merritt's just off to like one side of the bedding. There's probably not like a whole lot of room, but like, I mean, it's comfort. It's something.
We're all friends here.
Yeah.
Pen's keeping bear watch as a bear.
As a bear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is everyone else just sleeping?
Yes, please.
I mean, Merritt's
Nap
got
time,
it.
baby.
Already there.
We didn't even try to wake up the.
You need some sleepy time.
Pen kind of shrugs off the sleeping ones.
Just do a little bear wiggle.
Just a little wiggle.
I wonder if I should try removing curse.
We can worry about that when we're awake.
What if some of us still don't wake up? Because I didn't remove curse.
Also, wouldn't that use up a spell slot? So wouldn't you want to use it now?
Yes.
Look at that. Chance is so fucking
Oh
smart.
my God,
I'm
he's-
gonna remove curse real quick.
Okay.
Let me just open remove curse.
What if he's cursed?
What if
What
he's
if-
cursed?
Curse!
What if he's cursed?
What if he doesn't have a mouth?
What do we do?
He is
I
a
would
mouth,
do
right?
As far as you can tell.
Okay.
I touch the emperor.
Hmm.
Pap. No more curse.
Right on his face.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then I do it again to Noah. Well, hold on. First, I wait to see if anything happens with the emperor.
The Emperor does not wake up.
Well, I do it to Noah anyway,
Okay.
just in case, because we're going to sleep, so I might as well burn my spell slot.
Yee.
So, Noah, get rid of that other curse. No.
Well,
That other one.
He's
Not the
suddenly
one
no
that's
longer a
important to your
dragon.
backstory.
Weird.
Huh.
Suddenly you lose the ability to become a dragon.
suddenly you're
just
pale,
a-
male, and stale.
No.
That's so mean. Stop.
It also runs in the family. Anyway.
Oh my god, you're so mean.
Oh my god.
It'd be nice to know it. He's handsome.
And he is
Yeah.
handsome.
Oh, I love
Oh
you.
god.
Nap time.
Take a snooze, babe.
Sleepy Dragon Boy.
Cool. Now I'm gonna go to sleep because I removed curse.
All right, everyone's sleeping but Pen?
Yeah, if nobody else volunteered to keep watch, Pen's going to do it all night. So
Only 8 hours.
that's
That
their
blows a little
thing.
bit.
That will give Pen one exhaustion.
Yeah.
Whoop, please wake someone up.
Peric will do it.
Okay.
Okay. You will have to sleep in because it's only 2 shifts. But
You know, reference could help.
Reverence is asleep.
Okay. That's
I
fine.
see. I see.
Pen will remember that.
Reverence removes curse and then passes out.
All right. So everybody takes a nap, except for Pen
Mhm.
and Peric later. So Pen, give me a perception check
I can do that.
as a bear.
It's still known perception because
I know. But it's your bear eyes.
It is my bear eyes for the first 4 hours. 11. No,
Okay,
wait, 14, sorry. 6s and 9s.
69.
Yeah. Nice.
You see forever. Brown bear, what do you see? Oh!
So all your friends pass the fuck out,
Mm.
and Peric promises to switch shifts with you eventually.
How kind.
Reverence is gone
My
already.
one true
so-
friend.
That's fair. Nobody ever said Reverence was a good person.
Friendship ended with Reverence. Peric is my new best friend.
That's fair. Sad, but fair.
Um,
Fair.
That's fair.
That's
fair. Everything is pretty peaceful the whole time. It doesn't really become night or anything, so you all sleep through that, which I imagine would not be that hard given how you are all in various states of tired. You do, however, notice that a crow lands on the roots and sort of just watches you.
I don't like that. I'm asleep though.
Ain't my problem. Sleep.
I don't know how to snore, I guess, because I fucked it up twice. There it is.
Anyway.
Bearpen stares at it.
Eat it.
It goes, "Gah!"
Pen makes a small bear noise. Not very loud, 'cause sleeping friends.
Yeah, but just kind of watches you.
They return the favor. Caw.
There it
Ivy,
is.
that's my microphone. Ivy. Oh, you've got your... Okay, Ivy, thank you.
It's mine now.
Second microphone now. You're mistaken, sir.
You're right.
So yeah, other than that, uneventful night.
Radical. I switch with
You switch with Peric and take a fucking sleep. The rest of you.
I know bear shape probably would have ended, but I just like the look of Pin, but a bear this time, gently patting at Peric. Anyway.
Peric just squawks.
Caw.
Caw.
Oh.
Oh, I closed it.
Or as a parrot does.
Yeah, there we go. That's
Yeah.
more accurate.
Are those extra hit points gone now?
Yeah,
by
it's been
now,
8
yeah.
hours.
Yeah, it
And also your
lasts
constitution goes back down.
I never
So-
even
Cool.
fucked with my constitution. I don't think.
I mean,
Oh no, I did fuck with my constitution. I have a little note that says take off after gala.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Nope, that's an 11. That's not the right number.
Did all of us get a full rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Although you do again have to sleep the extra 4 hours. So yeah, you all wake up except for Pen, who still sleeps.
Snooze.
Take a little sleep. Which does mean you're gonna have to stay longer because Pen is sleeping, unless you want to drag Pen out, I guess.
Pen's small. We can
Pen's
carry
small.
Pen.
We
if you
do
carry them, they will wake up.
Fuck.
Okay.
yeah, we've seen enough of Pin to know they're a light sleeper.
I mean mood, but fuck.
I mean, we could just leave, and I could just not sleep.
No, that's not a good option. Actually, it's a bad option.
Hmm.
Weirdly enough.
Just,
We say.
plain shift while they're sleeping. That'll go well.
We got by with that one time only.
Oh, was the Emperor awake?
He does not wake up.
Mm,
Noah
Fine.
does.
That's good that Noah did.
Do I slowly wake up, or do I just suddenly like,
You wake up like a
damn,
normal
I'm
person.
here? Okay.
You don't know where you are, but
Actually, those of us who still haven't. One sleep takes off 1 point of exhaustion,
Yeah.
so
Nora's fine, but you have one still.
my point is also we may still be asleep, but like we as in maybe Ren and Merritt, but like we can be woken up.
I'm assuming you wake up. Just because if you would have to sleep another 8 hours to get rid of.
Yeah.
And like everyone waking up would be like, ah, yes, all of us are up,
Except for Pen.
except for Pen, who needs to sleep.
Sleep, sleep, sleep.
As you all wake up, Pen, you notice that the crow is gone. Actually, Pen is not here, so none of you know. There's no crow.
Got no idea.
There was never a crow.
What crow?
Crow who?
Uncaw.
Huh?
Whack.
Whack!
Whack! His clothes. Whack!
Oh goodness.
I don't like it.
Style.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm tired as fuck.
But yeah, fun. Waking up, Merritt's just like, ugh. Ugh. Okay. Everyone's. Hey, Pin's snoozing. And so is that one. That was it. What was the surname?
Emperman.
Fuck if I know, man.
Emperor Man, take me by the hand, take me to the land.
Headroom or
There
melee?
you am.
Ren, what's
Emperor
his
Man.
name?
I think it's Emperor Melee.
It's Emperor Man.
I know that, but Reverence doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Merritt's trying to remember, but still is groggy.
Ren is still very tired because Ren still has 2 exhaustion points.
Yeah.
So Ren looks really rough. Has like dark circles under their eyes. Kind of looks up at you and says, his name is Yurik.
Okay, yeah, that'll do.
Yurik Meles.
Reverence goes and puts a hand on Ren's shoulder and just, darling, you look terrible.
I know.
His cheek.
As
Sort
long.
of small
Oh.
smile.
Oh.
Cool. Radical.
So Noah's gonna start to wake up, and he kind of goes, God, why do I suddenly feel so refreshed? Where's the? And he looks around, and he goes, Oh God, Plan B happened.
You took a
Oh,
stupid
God.
nap.
Where?
Feywild.
Ah,
Welcome to my home.
We
My
met
abode.
Merritt's mom. She's very pretty.
She's around.
oh.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Just-
Dig.
Well, I hope to meet her before we jump the fuck out of here. How is everybody? It seems
Or
Emperor's still down for the count. Was I the only one to? You said I
Yes.
passed out. I took a nap.
Yes.
yeah, it was just you.
Everyone else had either Fey Industry or didn't get that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, Merritt looks and goes, oh, yeah, I felt like I should have slept. I still feel like I do, but I could not.
So magic.
Yeah,
Mm.
I imagine if I had been any less Fey, I would have been down just the same.
So,
I removed curse on the man, the myth, the legend. And he's still sleepy.
Ruslan voice, who, me?
Me?
Yeah, him. Why is he still sleepy? Not a curse.
Well, I mean, there can be even stronger curses, but I don't.
Could a
I
spell
don't know.
accumulate power over time or something?
I can't
Maybe.
believe it's not a curse.
I mean, yeah.
Looking over, well, yeah, I mean, still looking over. Does anything on him seem particularly enchanted? Remove curse probably would have gotten rid of it if it was a
No, it's
ring or
focusing on
something,
him
but
at the touch. I was touching him, not any ring or anything like that. It wouldn't have gotten rid of it.
well, I was looking at the details. If the object, or object ends. Okay, I see. Anyway, but yeah, I just look over see if anything seems enchanted.
Nothing he's wearing seems to have any magic to it.
I could try dispelling magic, but that is harder, and also we're surrounded by it. So I don't know how that would fuck with my spell.
Yeah, and I'm not. I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't advise it.
I don't particularly want to find out. But I do want this dude to wake up. You think you can pour cold water on him?
Hello?
Alas, all of us without our canteens. Or, well...
One of us can conjure water, surely.
Well, yeah, but we may not have to use spells for that. Hold on. And Merritt, goes through and starts digging through the various crates around. And I open up the literal dock I have of some of Merritt's shit in his crates. Where is it? Actually, I think I know which one he takes out. Yep, that's the one he takes out. He goes, well, this isn't... fresh, and this jar, it's...
Ooh.
OKR.
Oh, I was dying? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got real angry that I opened up docs.
Yeah, let's try that one more again.
After searching a little bit, Merrick grabs out this, it's sort of shaped like a mason jar, but smaller, kinda. And he goes, this isn't exactly fresh water, but it is cooler water all the same. And, as he goes back and sits, back over to Mea's, you see this, fairly sized bluish, what looks to be like a pearl, just in this jar alongside the water. But while it looks like a pearl, it's floating on top of the water. And Merritt undoes the top of the jar and just hesitates for a moment. It's just yeah, okay.
Dump it!
And he doesn't dump all of it, but he pours a good amount.
Right on his face.
He pours out half the jar.
Oh my god.
Did he wake up?
It's salt water.
He's laying on his back? Do you dump it on his nose? Are we waterboarding him? Is crying?
Move his face to the side and then just...
Okay, he does not wake up and he is now wet.
Reverence just goes, she's like standing over him with her arms on her hips, like, well, that didn't work. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Mayor puts the cap back on the jar, and then
What
just sort
other
of
cool
puts it
shit
somewhere.
do you have? That's a neat jar.
I have a lot. I I can't remember if I ever explained. I would guide people out of the wilds, and in exchange, I'd ask for a story or something small and neat, whatever they possibly had. That's what most of all of this is.
Reverence
So I
starts
have
digging
just
through Merritt's shit.
okay. Okay. Mia, look back down the stock.
She's not gonna take anything. She's just looking.
Yeah,
She
no,
wouldn't steal from Merritt.
but still. I made a whole doc, more or less.
I mean, do send it to me. I do want to know. And Reverence is looking.
I would love to, but I would have to edit some of it because some of it is spoilers.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Some of it, I wrote the stories alongside them.
Ah,
Most of them aren't a big deal, but at least one
you'll
is.
have to give me the abridged version.
I would. I mean, I'll list off some of the immediate shit you see. I mean, at first you see like there's two very obvious crates, and one of them is like pretty much clothes. You get that right away. The other one, there's like, about like a third of it of like what looks to be miscellaneous journals, sort of like books and stuff. And then there's other things just sort of stacked amongst themselves and on each other. Actually, as you approach the crate, there's like a tiny mechanical spider-looking thing that's just sort of sitting there, unmoving, just hanging out.
She does pick that up.
Okay. Yeah,
And now
it's
she's holding it.
Rich just looks at it and goes, "Oh, yeah, that. I a gnome had said he invented that some time ago, and it's supposed to retrieve things, but it's I've never seen it move. I don't. Either he was lying to me, which I would hope not, or he maybe the magic only worked for him." And
She
Yeah.
pokes.
Doesn't move.
Get off the chair, you shitty kitten.
You shitting?
Let me see. What else is the most obvious? There's a lot of like small, like sort of shiny stuff. You see the jar, the bluish pearl in it that's floating. You see this little wooden doll. It's when I say wooden doll, I'm really just picturing sort of like either the stacking dolls. It's kind of like that, but carved, and it's not painted or anything. It just has these sort of designs on it. Looks faintly like it's humanish, sort of like the dolls are usually painted to look like, There's like this small sort of snow globe that's just sort of sitting there. There's like a wine bottle with this like really, you can see like half of a really pretty label. There's the busted violin. You kind of move it to see the rest of the shit. There's like this very delicate looking silver teardrop earring, and rusted anchor on a necklace, like a small, a tiny silver bell, a set of dice that don't have numbers on them. They have weird little symbols and things, as far as you can tell.
Oh,
Just
I
like
do love that.
Yeah.
She does look at those for a while.
Okay.
before moving on.
Okay.
She's just gonna dig through all your shit. You don't have to keep explaining. Like, she's just doing that.
I
like
mean,
a
I'm
good friend does.
yeah,
Like a
I'm
good neighbor,
explaining so
reference
you
is there.
I'm explaining what you see in specific because I do have these specifics for this miscellaneous crate.
What you're doing is tempting me, and Reverence isn't gonna steal from her best friend, so it's sad.
God, you better not steal from him.
Boy,
No, she would never. She
His
will steal
mom's
from
watching.
mostly
Mhm.
anyone else. But not
I mean,
me.
if you take long enough, just like looking through it, Merritt like sort of looks and considers and goes, I do like the memories those have, but if there's anything you really like, I'd just ask first if you want to take it.
She squints.
Merritt shrugs.
Are you just saying that because you know I want things all the time?
Well, not just because, but yes.
She does hold up the cool dice in the palm of her hand,
Oh, yeah.
still squinting.
Yeah, I mean, those are fine. That's I got those from an alchemist that, like, they had tried to come here to investigate the wilds and gave those as sort of a compensation. They had angered my mother a bit too much, and I was like, yeah, I'll lead you away rather quickly. And yeah, those were some sort of family gift that they had. You-
As she's pocketing the dice, she says, "You are the greatest treasure I could ever find."
It just smiles.
And now those dice are in her pocket.
Okay.
She's not a good person or friend.
all right. Well, reverence steals from Merritt. What are the rest of you doing?
Sleeping.
Well, Nora's probably still looking at the Emperor and it's like, why are you still asleep?
Mhm.
This is panicking.
You want to wake him up? Try to at least.
You can't see me right now, but I'm looking at you and my hands are on my hip. It's like,
Love's kiss.
I mean,
No!
oh shit, fuck.
that's not how it works. I don't.
Oh, but I do like that idea.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Because it's worked so well for us so far.
Mm-hmm. I shake the Emperor?
Yeah, you jingle him around. He does not wake up.
Hello?
Is
Please
Sleeping
wake
Beauty
up.
like a story that I would be aware of?
Sleeping Beauty?
Or something fantasy.
You know, the one where
There's
you kiss with the
fantasy
waking up.
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah?
Double fantasy Sleeping
Double.
Beauty.
Shit, I guess. And Reverence heard stories in her time, so she would know. She does turn around and say, "Hey, have we tried kissing him yet? Is that like illegal? Are we gonna get in trouble if somebody kisses him?"
I think we're already in a great deal amount of trouble.
We kidnapped the Emperor, and he's very sleepy.
It is wrong to kiss someone without their consent.
Yeah.
You're right. But the story.
Doesn't mean it's okay.
I mean,
You're right.
I know I am.
She's still looking at you. Does anybody else have any ideas?
Nope.
well,
Would your mom know anything about?
I was about to mention, if not her, then collectively her and her sisters know a great deal about all sorts of magic.
There's more?
Yes. There's 2 more. I have ants.
Are they as pretty
Oh.
as she?
Lord.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
Fuck.
Um. I mean, yeah. You can always inquire. May as well as we await a pin. Yeah, and actual like Sylvan Mirror goes, Mother, just sort of not a shout, but
To the general wind. Mom?
Mom?
I mean, they're right there. It's like it's like when
Yeah.
you're a wall away, you know.
Yeah, she just kind of steps out of the tree.
Yep.
Like not even like the whole trunk, like right next to you in the roots.
Is she any smaller, or is she about tall?
She's a little smaller. Almost normal size, but still like Noah height.
Yeah.
So big.
Also, I guess, by the way, really fast. Uh,
Huh?
If you
You
said
know
something, you cut out.
I said, hold on.
Okay.
This is how she was holding you.
Yeah. Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
yeah.
Correct.
I just wanted that established real fast. Anyway. She sort of steps out and looks at you, like, expectantly.
So, an issue we've had. So, this one, and Merritt points at the Emperor, goes, he's, yep, that one. He points and goes, he's not as dear a friend as the rest of my group here, but he remains important to what we were doing. However, when we found him, there was a some sort of a sleep spell among the entire place, which is why we've looked so terrible. We thought taking him away from that would wake him. Reverend's even tried removing a curse, yet he remains asleep still. We're rather short on a great deal of magical knowledge and what it could be. Do you have any ideas? Do you think Aunt Agnes would have any ideas?
She sort of looks thoughtful for a moment before sort of stepping past you and like crouching next to the Emperor. What are you gonna do, bitch?
Mom?
Which, I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past her.
You bitch.
She kind of looks him over for a moment, just kind of extending a hand and like waving it over him. And it doesn't like visibly do anything, but she like kind of seems to focus for a moment before standing back up and says, I believe he's just asleep.
Even after
We poured water on him.
You
speaking
just...
of-
Ooh. Sarah, you just broke up so bad.
yeah.
Hello?
Oh God.
Oh,
no.
We're losing her.
Oh,
Come out of the printer siren.
The Feywild.
hello.
Oh, it's taking you.
Eating me.
I'm very glad I got that on recording this time. Oh my God.
Siren, if you're there.
Oh my god. She's
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god, she's fucking dead.
It devoured her.
No?
It hurts.
Oh, you're back.
Oh, no.
This was horrible.
It hurts.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh no.
I'm sad you're dying, but it's also giving me time to write this abridged list.
It's crunchy in here.
Quickly talk while you still clear.
Fuck, I forgot what I was saying because it was crunchy.
Are you talking about we waterboard him or something?
No.
No, like
Oh, yeah. We poured water on him, like right on his face.
tried to shake him, and
He just appears to be very tired. Give him some time. You said he was under a curse? Or something
yeah,
similar?
for quite possibly some time.
Possibly.
Did you say, what?
Amelie?
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 Tentatively.
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 I'm
I
too
won't
small
even
for
fit on the
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
I'm Amelie.
God.
He's spooky. Thanks, I'm Amelie.
I hate this.
Yeah, everything's super bad and I don't know why.
Oh.
I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Guess I'll die.
Oh.
Yeah, bitch.
Oh man.
Can you still hear us fine?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So we'll, I guess, continue, and you can pass us messages through the time walls.
Ether.
God, this is
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
reaching through the dimensions.
It's getting so worse.
Trying so hard to get just a small grasp.
Take my hand, help me out.
Oh God. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, Stellaria says he may need time to recover. He doesn't seem to be under sort of spell.
Maybe we should just take him back to the hotel then.
Well,
How are we gonna carry him back?
we can't
Ren
just
sort of
continue
stands
on.
up and says, I can teleport everyone.
Yeah?
Yes, I can.
Just literally anywhere.
Not everywhere. There's specific circles. It would be easier if I teleport the Horned Hail first, and then across continents, but let me check how many times you can actually do that. Yeah, you could do it all in one day.
Pen's still asleep, but can he teleport between planes, or would we have to plane ship first?
It's not between planes.
Okay.
Okay. So it's just a matter of getting back to the mortal realm. Granted, but where are some teleportation circles? I'm wary of going to any of the cities, considering how much we had caused. But if we could get back to Gladia. Gladia?
Mhm.
Yeah. That'd be a fine place to put him and then figure out what to do.
There are no teleportation circles within the city of Gladia itself. However, I could get us to Agora. I could get us to let me check actually which ones have teleportations.
Bunga bunga.
Renlin, Enid, and Nakar all have teleportation circles that I've personally been to. As well as the main city, but that's I don't feel
But
comfortable doing that.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. I'm not opposed to teleporting, but it just it's gonna be hard getting him anywhere. Technically, there's all the time in the world here, but with the way time gets strange once we go to the mortal realm, it's not the wisest idea.
Jesus.
I mean, alternatively, High Train, Peric could plane shift us back.
Gladia, they have the sand surfers and so on, so even if we just go near it, we
should be fine.
spotted and fine. So,
I've got a question. You were talking about how time can be kind of finicky? What does that entail? Does that mean much time could pass when we come back?
You remember when I had gone essentially missing for a few months?
Yes.
I lost those few months in the time of a conversation here. I can't guarantee it's that great a difference between time spent here and time spent there, but time could be lost all the same. And
well,
continue to be lost the longer we're here.
Ren chips up also and says, we could also forget, at least some of us.
Oh, yeah. That is another curse. There may yet be spells to remove it, but I wouldn't know where to begin. Restoration magic is not my greatest strong suit, as you all know.
well, what I'm worried about is the others we left behind.
Yeah.
Not only Star and Thorn, but Lilith.
At this point, Stellaria actually speaks up and says,
Well,
Oh?
My shit had started to freak out. Sorry. I think we're
Oh.
fine.
Hmm. I said, did you miss anything?
Stellaria says.
Yeah,
And-
I didn't say anything after that, so. Starry speaks up and says, I can grant you passage back without the penalties. However, you will owe me a favor.
Mother.
Mom, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
Mom, you're indebting my friends.
Mom, you can't just indebt my friends.
That's what's happening here.
I mean, Reverence immediately says, "And done myself to you to get this back." Shut up, Merit.
If you all wish.
I don't want to be rude at all, but by a favor, do you have anything in mind specifically, or just whenever you need us down the line?
I have something specific in mind.
Hmm.
Are we allowed to know what it is before agreeing, or is that a stipulation? Is it a surprise?
Is this a surprise, life and debt? She sort of pauses for a moment before saying, if my son were to fall in battle, one of you would take his place.
Mother.
Oh shit.
She ignores you saying mother.
What
I would not ask for them
is...
to trade their lives for mine. I knew what I was getting into when I left.
You would not, but I do.
There's magics they can do.
Yes,
There's
I'm the one who can revive people, so I don't think.
This is a
much
favor
as I
for a
would.
favor.
So you're asking for a promise?
More than that.
Oh, yeah. And what do you mean exactly by take his place, should he fall?
We die instead of him, Noah.
I thought about that, but other things came up. So
I don't.
I just want to know specifically.
You'd put some sort of a spell on them, wouldn't you?
She says nothing.
Fey magic is very good at binding.
It's fine, we just have to not let Merritt ever die.
It's not like he takes any fucking damage anyway.
It's not
Yeah,
like he doesn't have the
right.
most health out of all bastards. He
It's
ain't going
true.
down. He's so healthy.
Ren stands up and says, I accept.
Mm.
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 Ren.
They look at you.
There's a lot more to do than worry about my life.
Noah goes, sounds like a good deal to me. I accept.
Merritt just gives this long look to Noah.
He winks at you.
Others are waiting for us, Merritt. We can't afford to lose the time. It's fucking
Damn.
cold.
You that in the main chat because
Fucking savage laying it out there.
I mean I wasn't gonna say anything, but he is references significant other.
Yeah, okay, all this is gonna hurt later, but you're all valid.
I would cry for weeks if Merritt died.
Well, I guess I'm just...
Months, even. Get out of the trash can, you dumb fuck!
If you guys make this decision while Pen's sleeping and Pen's the one that ends up dying, I'm gonna be pissed.
I think it's gonna be the ones that specifically
Yeah.
accept.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Get out
She
of the
didn't specify
fucking
that.
trash can, you stupid mother bitch!
Yeah, we didn't.
She
I was
said
trying
one
to
of
get as
us.
much specifications as I could, but, you know. I feel like we kind of come to a halt about that. Because that's how Faye be.
That's how Faye be!
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is so much. I got picked. No, I got picked up from the fucking store, and now I have to die.
You have to die for merit now.
Welcome to
What?
the family.
The one who I thought drugged my drinks. I fucking.
This has all been a fever dream since then.
If only.
Nor,
Oh, if
nor
only.
to himself. God. Fuck
Ren-
the Feywild.
Uh-huh.
Ren says, I hope you are excusing those who are unconscious now. And Stellaria kind of looks at him for a moment. They are fine.
Rislan's got my back.
He's got
You're
the
fucking-
Emperor's back.
Yeah.
I guess.
And you're fucking safe. Oh, Jesus.
That's a very good call, because...
Yeah.
If the
3
Emperor
years from
dies,
now, when Merit dies, the Emperor dies.
And it's like, ooh. Like we'll be in battle, and everyone's just like, "Oh God, no one's dying." Oh shit! God, no, I'm just gonna look like a dickhead. I was gonna say yes. Fuck.
Is Peric willing to die for Merit?
Perica said nothing. I guess at this point, since neither Nor nor Peric are saying anything, Peric says, "You know, I could just plane shift us and we just take the chance." And Ren just gives them a look.
Because I prefer that.
Oh,
My life is not more than any of yours.
there's gonna be consequences if we don't use this. But I'll die, I guess.
Nor...
Peric just kind of looks at you and goes, "Ah! Fine,
I
it's
mean,
You
as much as
can
I
plane
have-
shift yourself.
as much as I appreciate the extremely generous offer, Parrot, we can't just kind of plane shift.
I mean, the deal is you are still plane shifting, but without the time problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so we're just debating between normal plane shift or special plane shift with a contract.
I mean, there's also like there's a what did you say earlier, Benji? 95%
95.
chance that the time shift will not be that bad.
It'll be less than a
Yeah.
week.
Like if it's not, it's either run the risk of it being quite a while, which is only 5% likely, or pledge ourselves to Merit's to be Merit's fucking death dummy.
Welcome to the Feywild. Get
Yeah.
out.
God, I hate this place. Oh my Jesus.
Noah's low key, like, honestly, kind of would like to not do this. Like, he doesn't say that, but he's
Yeah,
like,
so would the fucking rest of us.
Cue Merit
but I've
laughing,
already said my
yelling.
part, so I can't just back
I
out
can't
of
go
this.
back now, dog.
This is Fey, bitch. You don't back out.
You can't
Take
back out.
backseats.
You know, take backseats on that shit.
Merit,
Yeah.
you don't want this.
No.
I would, taking that into consideration, I would prefer to risk it with the time situation. Even if we have been gone for an unfortunate amount of time, we will recover from that in somehow, some way. It will be difficult, obviously, but we will figure it out.
There will be
That's kind of what
consequences.
we do.
There will be consequences either way. I'd rather it not be because of me.
Merritt, you know I would die for you. But also, I'm the one with the ability to undie people,
Exactly.
which is why I'm not so readily agreeing.
Even with this still, I don't know. I don't know if you could bring anyone back killed by that because of me. I won't stand for it.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't even think about the guilt thing.
Oh, you.
That'd be rough, huh?
You think?
Yeah.
I didn't think, really. Now I'm thinking.
Mother, just because you value my life more than the rest. Old and valuable, and I care for them a great amount.
You cut out in the middle.
Yeah, you cut out for like a long second.
Yeah.
So dramatic.
Last
I
thing-
do cut out.
The last thing we heard, well, besides the very last bit, was, or what I heard was, even though you value my
Hold.
life above
Hold.
the rest.
Oh,
There we go. It was it stutters. It like stutters and then I can hear you and then it stutters. And of
Ah.
course it does that when I'm being my most dramatic.
Right, of course.
But yeah. Mirror says just because you value me more than the rest doesn't mean they are any less valuable. They are my friends, new and we would die for one another if it came down to it. I will not ask them this. I cannot stand for you to ask them this.
it is not your choice.
No. It's theirs. They know the risks either way. They know where I stand.
So should we vote? Is that what we're at now?
Isn't this what it's come down to, considering the facts here? And Mary points at the ones that have said yes.
Well, but now that they've heard more things, if they decide maybe they don't, maybe they would rather do Merrick's thing, then there's no, so.
Ren speaks up and says, I do not care for the penalty. However, I also cannot afford to lose weeks, much less months or years. We've already been gone for too long. The night is over. And Peric says, I don't really want to die!
Peric, you got into a lot more trouble than you had ever, I imagine, wanted when you came with.
I just wanted to find him.
I know. I know.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mother, do you have the same spell to send us away?
Yes.
Peric? You and anyone who have seen the objects, go. Use your spell on your own. Take anyone who wants to go along with you. You can catch up however much time ends up lost. Go to Gladia, go back to Heather. And we can sort it from there. And those who do not object to this obscene contract, we can go immediately.
How many of you are agreeing? I will tell you, even if none of you agree, Ren will.
Fucking bastard.
Fucking.
No, it's gone.
No, it's still like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. He just hasn't said anything. He's just like, yeah, I made this decision.
Reverence looks very upset.
There's been no handshake, no declaration. If you want to back out, by all means. Or saying nothing.
She goes up to you and kind of puts her hand on your shoulder and says, as much as I would be willing, I have things to do before I die. And
This could be interesting.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
Cut out.
Oh no.
Oh no.
she kisses Merritt's cheek and then she goes over to Ren and just looks at him and this is stupid.
Hmm.
I'm doing what I have to.
I know.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. I understand. It's just okay. She
He kisses you.
yeah, okay, cute. She kissed, yes. And when they part, she says quietly, "I love you."
I hope it won't be years till I see you again.
Me too, darling. Me too. And she goes and stands next to Peric.
It's fucked up, man.
Then man.
Fuck.
You know it's gonna wake up Pen.
I'm nervous.
What if it's years?
Fuck,
Oh,
dude.
Jesus.
What if you... Siren!
Fuck, dude.
Oh, I want to change my mind. Oh.
You can change your mind.
The only people I've written down are Noah and Reverence so far.
It's like, oh, Jesus.
Oh my god!
I'm like, there's two choice. I just don't know what to choose.
If Penn's woken up and filled in the information, they're going back with Merritt.
What?
Obviously.
As they go and stand and be like, yeah, okay. We're just like, very dejected, like, sad, like, no.
As much as, like, as a player, I don't want to do this. I'm being my character.
Yeah.
So
You have a
Pen's going
backup
with-
character.
Pen's going with Solaria's shift, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. I have one hand.
When Reverence goes over to Peric, just nods like a wise choice.
Reverence does look like she's about to burst into tears. Just
I like how
Putting that
pleasant
out
this fucking music is.
Yeah, right?
I can make it sad.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, a lot of us will cry if you.
I played the sad playlist.
I mean, I'm already almost crying just because I'm so fucking scared.
Consider it straight.
Penn would die for their friends. I've said this.
Merritt would like to, but he can't.
Not anymore, bitch.
He has to live.
You can't die with your friends anymore, Barrett.
Under normal, not Fey bullshit circumstances, Reverence would absolutely die for you.
Oh yeah, no, like the nod of like approval at Reverence is like, yeah, you can pick us up. Your
That is
life is
also
more
a
valuable here than mine.
Big consideration of.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
also, what if it's here?
What if it's years?
Reverence is crying a little bit.
Yeah, as Nora looks between, Merritt just goes, "You're the newest among us from the Horned Hell. I would not ever ask this of you."
God, I don't know what to choose. Oh, I'm so upset. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh, I'm gonna shit myself.
Bring Nor's brain.
What would
to
Nora do?
Yours.
Nor. Okay, want to hear about Nor's brain right now? Nor's brain. I don't know. Nor's brain is. He doesn't know what he's doing. It's like. I guess he is thinking like. I don't really know Merritt enough to die for him, but also I know him enough. I know this
Actually,
person enough. It's like it's in this middle ground. It's like I'm gonna kill myself right now.
Player to player, if it makes it any easier, you will still lose the time. You won't lose the memory.
I mean, God, the memory doesn't really bug him that much because what else can he lose?
Shit, man.
Damn. Yeah.
It's just the smallest thing. It's all I got.
How invested in getting back there quickly is Nor? Does he care?
I mean,
Does he care about revolution? That is a good point.
Does he care about
Or-
that more than dying?
God. Yeah, I'm
Does
going
he-
reverence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
This
He
is
has
fine.
stuff to do. He does have stuff
Mhm.
to do.
You're so fucking valid.
You're
Reverence
valid.
offers Nora her hand. She
Hold.
wants someone to hold right now.
Holds. It's hold.
She's shaking a little bit.
Just hold. Reverence. Pat pat.
Ren looks at the rest of you and says, "Where should we meet?"
Oh.
Depends, I suppose. Where exactly? What city? Or
I don't.
Everyone's
where
got
we
their
may be
phones.
scattered to.
Everyone's got their phone except for me, but Star
Yeah.
has.
Just the second you get there. Group text.
We'll call you when we get back.
Okay.
Yeah.
You all. I'd say you all could go to Gladia, considering it's a better safe haven, considering the mess we left at the gala. As for the rest of us, and the still sleeping Emperor, I would assume.
And also, with this time not being finicky, what would it just be the hours that we've spent here that have passed in the real world, or would no time pass in the real world?
Material plane. Real world
Or-
isn't sensitive.
yeah, sorry, that's yeah, my bad.
In your
Material
fake
plane.
world. Let me double check.
Oh god.
I hate it, and yet I'm delighted because I was like, some sort of face shit is going down. This was out of left field for. I don't know why it
Mm.
is.
Fucking nervous. Reverence just got some good shit in her life, and she's about to fucking lose it again. I'm so.
You know how aware of merit that is right now?
So what was your question again?
Basically, would
Yes.
would time for us have passed as normal? Like the 8 hours we spent here, would that have passed in the material plane, or would no have time passed?
I'm gonna
since we
say
left?
it would be a normal amount of time.
Okay.
There is a chance that you guys will get there sooner than us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Is that Pin just chirping up very happily?
No, Pen doesn't know this.
Okay. I just saw Pin very happily. But yeah, no, there's no way to know.
I'll be happy if it's only been a fucking month, okay? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Which is a
so scared she's about to lose years.
I mean, with just hours, we can't have you can't have lost that many years, but like a good couple months at max, maybe. I don't know how death is rolling on that there board. Anyway, but yeah.
So
Where-
you all agree to just call when you return to the material plane.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Especially with the Emperor.
Ren turns to Zolaria and says, "Can you take us to the city of Gladia?" And she nods.
Barrett just looks back over at his mother, very displeased, upset, saying nothing, but yeah. Then I guess we can all go to Gladia, recover. Take the time to get back to friends we left. Figure out what to do with Yurik.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Ren turns back to the rest of you and says, "Then I guess are we ready to go?" Sort of pats you on the head, Ben. Sorry, you didn't sleep well.
Eh.
You do have an exhaustion point.
Okay. Important question. Do I recover my spell slots, or do I need to set those back to what I...
I'll give you your spell slots because
Okay.
you did sleep in a fair amount of time.
Okay.
You're just that kind of spacey where you know you didn't get quite enough sleep, but you function enough-ish. You're just like, yeah, this is fine.
And Ren turns to the rest of you and says, "See you." Sort of raises a hand.
Wait,
Merritt
see
looking
ya.
Merritt
No
looking
Grimace
way.
straight
goes
on.
and hugs again, just real quick, just like real tightly.
Pats your back.
This sucks.
Nods.
Quick kiss. Walks back over to Parrot. Fucking just kind of puts her head in her hands.
All right.
Nora's gonna hold your hand because he needs this.
Parrot kind of waves at you all sadly. And
Waves back and thank you.
they nod. Ren turns to Stellaria and says, "Take us away." And yeah, you all hold hands and plane shift. And I'm gonna go to the bathroom really fast.
Okay, sure, go for it. That's fine.
I'll be right back. Take a small break.
Okay, cool.
You're right.
Yay!
Oh, fuck.
What the fuck happened?
Fucking scared. Be okay.
What's wrong? Baby, what's wrong? Good, I just don't know. Oh, fuck. That's what you get.
So there's a more than 50% chance you guys are gonna get there after us.
Yeah, I know that.
Just a 50-50.
But a chance you're gonna get there before us.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
So
it's
how
crazy.
the fuck will that work? Do we just call you guys and you'll be like,
And
"Oh,
we won't answer.
Oh, Jesus!
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the worst. I hate this.
Yes.
This sucks so
Oh
bad.
god, it sucks a lot. What if it's years?
Stop. I've been thinking about this for an hour.
Even if it's like weeks or a month, then what?
It's bad.
It's bad, but also another sad news. Nor cannot romance the Emperor.
Shit!
Okay,
Next
guess
episode
not.
69 and we're gonna miss it.
Episode 69, everything fucking falls apart. No, it's
God.
gonna fall apart this episode, because if he comes back and said we're gonna end it here, I'll fucking kill him. We've got an
I mean, he
hour left.
can't. That would be illegal.
I'll
He can't.
murder him.
I will physically strangle him.
On a slightly lighter note,
No such thing.
There isn't a lighter note.
any one of you could have taken Treecance for Merritt, and Merritt would have been okay as long as he used. None of you did, which is the slightly sad part. However, it's still lighter than this. There's a lot of fun little shit in there.
On another lighter note,
I
Care
took
Bear
a trinket.
I know you did.
Thank you, Jess. In this dark time.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna pee real fast. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
That's really good.
Okay.
I'm very nervous, and this kitten in my lap isn't even helping.
Hold that kitten from me, please. Please.
I'm holding her. Here she is.
Thank you. Shakes. Give her the squeeze.
I'm squeezing.
I love how it's just very muffled. Squeezing.
Please.
God, I just.
Oh.
one of the, actually the first song that made me consider Merritt's mom is literally one that the lyrics end in "Consider it your debt repaid," and that's just been playing in my head because that's how I hear Stellaria's voice. Is that song? Consider it your debt
Hello.
repaid.
Hello.
Hi.
Not back yet, huh?
Nope. He's still in there. He's still.
Coming to terms with what he's doing to us.
I mean, he had a whole other week to do that.
Well, this is different.
It's gonna be years.
If it was years and he knew that, then that's fine. This is different.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey,
It's not
Jules.
fine if he knew that.
Oh.
He's letting us do this.
I'm squeezing a peach.
Huh?
The peach you gave me for Christmas, birthday, sir? One of those.
Something.
It's one of
One of those
those.
things.
One.
I don't remember which
Squeezing
one.
the shit out of it.
I just
so-
fucking give you peaches because that's. I latch on one thing about people that I know. Guess
It
what?
looks like-
I've got a package that's gonna come yours and Delta's way, and there might be another peach thing in it.
What the fuck? This peach looks like a butt.
That's the idea,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
Like straight up.
Are you sure it's
The
a
one I'm
peach?
sending you looks like a nipple. So.
What?
what?
Nani?
Nanico?
Meow. What? Are you upset about what's happening too?
Nani?
Me too, kitten.
He's coming. He's going back.
Oh god. Maybe we just never play this game again.
Hey, Siren. You got your new campaign? Yeah, Siren? Your new campaign?
You ready for next week?
I'm not. I'm definitely not.
I want to die. I'm so scared. I want to just do it and get it over with.
Yeah.
Please, can we proceed?
Hey Delta,
So
how's it
what's up,
going?
guys?
Here he is. The man, the myth.
How was your break?
That was alright.
I'm working on not having a mental breakdown.
I'm sitting here singing "The Wanting Comes in Waves" to myself.
I'm sniffing this
can't-
peach.
We all have our ways to cope.
Oh, cool. Noah just pledged his life to Merit, so, you know.
That's pretty gay.
That's
Then-
not
Gay.
romance. I don't know
Gay.
what is.
It's Happy Pride Month, guys.
Here's the thing. He's definitely going to protect him with his fucking life, because Noah's also got shit to do before he dies.
Just make sure Merritt doesn't die. It's all fine.
Yeah.
I mean, the health points almost have that covered, but for the love of
Again,
God,
it's not like Merit goes down ever anyway. Can we
Yeah,
please
yeah.
do this?
Maybe.
Please, like right away, please.
Why did you
Please?
delete them? Now I have nothing to look at.
Now I'm just staring at a black screen thinking
I mean,
about my
we're-
choices.
My depression.
Fine, I can bring them back.
Thank you.
Please, we
do
have
we really need to
do
see
it. Can we please just
the
do it?
invoker of this debt?
Yeah, let's just look at Ren and the Emperor. They're handsome.
Can you just bring me Rizlan's real face and let me look at it, please?
Yeah.
Just look at
Maybe-
your phone.
I
This
it's
one-
not my background anymore. I changed phones.
Oh, fuck.
Ah, you fucked up.
You fucked up. That's real fucking up.
Listen, I
I love
love
them right now.
Thank you. Thank you for these handsome men.
Because I'm nasty.
Where are they?
Where are they? I can't find them.
I only see blackness.
There.
There you go.
Oh, he's so
Handsome.
beautiful. Oh, that's so
Delta, I'm so glad to have seen Mama Tree. I'm so
Can we
pissed.
get Mama Tree back, too?
Hey, Kara, remember that part when I was saying I was hoping we wouldn't meet her?
This is why.
I know.
Yeah.
Please, we have to stop fucking around. Please, can we just? I'm so. The more it doesn't happen, the more I feel like I'm about to fucking vomit.
So,
Jeez. Haunting
Okay.
Merritt's life decisions.
we will talk about the Stellaria teleport first,
Okay.
because you guys go back immediately. So all of you plane shift, which is unpleasant at best. And you all end up in the desert outside of Gladia. Not far, you can see it, and it's within walking distance. And Ren, Rizlon, whoever, just kind of picks himself up out of the sand, and you all help each other get out. And start heading towards the city.
Pen is already texting them.
Mm-hmm. There's no response.
Okay.
As at seeing Pen texting, well, were you texting, were you trying to,
Reverence
Who?
and Nor.
okay. It's worth saying, I think Star should still have mine, so you can at least check in.
Good plan.
Mm-hmm.
I ask Star if they're in jail or not.
Ring. Star takes a while to pick up before eventually answering the phone. Hello?
Star! Hey, hi! Hi! How
Is
are
everything okay?
how are you and Thorn?
I just got Thorn out of the small security jail.
Uh-huh.
We're going back to the hotel.
Good. Okay. We might be a while.
Is everything
We're in-
okay?
Most of us are in Gladia.
Most of you.
The other ones should be. We'll see.
That's not. What happened?
Okay, so we went around in the palace. And we found the cauldron.
So, rewind forward. You tell them everything.
The whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
No details missing. It takes like 10 minutes.
Yeah, you were like almost to the city by the time you finished.
And now we're here and they're not answering yet.
That's very. This is. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Merritt's mom asked us to die for it. Anyway.
So, watch Lilith and Hector? Please feed Hector.
I'm very afraid of Hector.
He's
But I'll
lovely.
try.
He likes meat.
Yeah, I know. I know he likes meat.
She was there for that.
I am made of meat.
I guess so.
Thorn says something in Draconic somewhere, but you don't understand it. And she just kind of laughs nervously.
Draconic?
Not Draconic.
I mean,
oh god, a
yeah,
tiefling language.
okay.
My bad.
Infernal.
Infernal, yeah.
Yeah, he's not a dragon.
That threw me off for a second there. I mean, I know Noah wouldn't have heard it, but yeah.
No, not Draconic.
So we're gonna try and get in touch with Heathera and see if the Emperor wakes up, and maybe we'll head back soon.
Okay, we'll probably. Can I pick up Hector? Is this okay?
Yeah, just feed him first. It's been a day.
Okay, I'll try. And Lilith is there too. She won't eat me, right?
No, she also likes
No, she's
meat,
nice.
but she's less aggressive about it.
Should we?
She's never
head
tried to
her
eat
way?
me.
Should we head your way?
Ren, should they come to us? Or should we meet them in the
Who's
capital?
dragging the Emperor also?
Fuck.
It
It can't be me because
almost
I'm talking
definitely
with
has to
my
be Noah.
my voice. Yeah.
I was going to say Noah's probably going to. Yeah.
Because Ranger
Rizwan-
Boys could just be propping him up, you know.
Yeah, Ren
Arm
still has
over-
half speed.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's you two. Ren kind of glances back at both of you. Yes. Yeah, they should get out of. Yeah, they should leave.
Yeah, you should probably leave the city now. if you can.
Like immediately.
You can just hear the panic, right? You like hear her hooves walking faster.
You just hear clomp, clomp, clomp.
It's like,
Yeah, the guards definitely saw all of our faces and probably saw us traveling with you and the giant owlbear that you're going to be taking, so be careful.
okay, 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 start. Just okay, okay. We're fine. We will head to you. Everything is okay. We will get the bear and the other thing. We're on our way.
Okay, call us if anything happens.
Okay.
I love you, goodbye.
I love you. I'm sorry.
I hope they bring all our shit.
Yeah, I
I
hope
was
they bring.
gonna say, what's
God, I
all
hope so.
her stuff. Like,
Hopefully
they
they'll think to
stuff
just
that in
shove it in
Hector.
Hector.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also
And Nora also left his bag there.
also please
Too,
take
if
everyone's
need be.
stuff. They'll be angry if they don't have it. Hector should be able to hold it all.
They're all stressed enough already.
Feed him first.
Feed him first, please.
Give him the food, the items, and then get him some meat. Yeah, you all arrive into the city of Gladia, though. And you have to come in essentially through the train station you smashed through,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
or I guess you could actually walk around the side through the agriculture sort of area.
Yeah, just
And
wherever we're closest to. Just
you're
like-
met by the same sort of like guard who are like, "Who the fuck are you?" And then Rizlan is like, "It's me, idiots! Move!"
He's so tired and he's so pissed.
And you all bring the Emperor up through the city. It's daytime. It's been like 9 hours. So it was past midnight when you plane shifted. So it's like early morning after-ish. So the city is awake, and you sort of
Just march this unconscious emperor
And
through
people
there.
staring at the Emperor.
yes. I was gonna say, as you're walking through the city, people see the Emperor and are like silent, and a couple of them start following you.
Neat.
And you sort of gain a procession as you all head up towards the central tree where Heathera usually is, and enter that sort of meeting room beneath it with the Emperor, and kind of enter quickly with several people at this point, like almost a small crowd at your heels, kind of whispering amongst themselves, like, "Oh my god, that's the Emperor." Is he okay? He's unconscious. Did you kill the Emperor? Is he dead? Like, there's definitely a lot of like, "Oh god, is he dead?" And
Yeah, we're just making a show of his body. Fuck off.
He's been slain.
we have slain the Emperor.
That's what we're good at. Did you see the dragon we took down? We got it. Anyway,
Look upon your
is
new
this your
emperors.
Is Heather there? Is at least
Yeah,
like
Heather is on the table. That's just where she always is.
Yeah.
Like a small dog, she likes to feel
Wait.
tall.
when they go in and it's obvious and some attention is drawn, Mary just goes, "Well, we found him." Still looking rather displeased, slightly less so, but not. He's not joyous about.
He's
Heather,
alive.
Nora goes, yeah, we found just a little more than just some information.
Heather looks up as you all enter with this small crowd, who also come into the room with you. Here, let me bring his actual face up right now.
It's that
And,
one, not the other one.
She sort of looks curiously at Ren, because she has not seen this face. And but kind of dismisses it because she recognizes you enough. And the Emperor that you're carrying. And
I sure hope she would.
you sort of set him down on this table, and she walks over quickly and like kneels next to him and actually like starts checking his vitals and is like, he's asleep.
He still needs to rest quite a bit, but he's alive, and is all untouched by any curses. Now.
I was not expect. There were more of. Where is Rizlon? And Ran kind of goes, "Hi." It's hi, Heathera, and she kind of just like stares at him for a moment. That's
He's very
what I
good with
thought
his
you would
glamour.
look at, like under the mask. And he's like, "It's complicated, but this
He's
is
very good at
definitely what I
glamours.
look at." Shh. What I look like.
I love him so much.
Horn?
And she's just kind of like, all right. And kind of looks over the Emperor and says, what happened?
To cut a long story short, the Gallo had been infiltrated. We could not find any information. Got into a slight scrape with guards, but escaped, more or less, by going through the Emperor's quarters. In the process, we had found him. We had also found some sort of very powerful sleeping spell that seems to have been placed over the entire quarters, probably. It seemed to be that way. With nowhere else to go without first falling asleep or getting super arrested, we...
arrested.
Super arrested.
That's important. We managed to teleport our way out. Found our way to the outskirts of Gladia in doing so. And here we are.
And the rest of you?
They have a slower teleport. We couldn't waste that time getting the Emperor back.
I see. Well, this makes things complicated. Do they know you took him?
Probably.
They may not have known we were in there. I don't know if they're going to check, considering the potency of that spell.
Well, do you know if they still followed us afterwards?
I mean, they followed us to the palace at the very least.
Yeah, but they didn't check the doors. They didn't check inside. They didn't mess with the locks. There was locks on the quarters. We unpicked them. And then there's another one to get to the actual Emperor. So, someone didn't seem to have wanted him to be found. Also, we have... There were a few who stayed behind at the gala. They'll be here in some time. Hopefully, probably. It's worth a forewarning. In addition to those who took the slow teleport. Anyway.
She kind of sighs and says, "This is a lot. I'm not sure. How long has he been asleep?"
Probably the whole time.
Probably. Yes.
That's possibly why he's still asleep now. Someone might have put the curse on him. He fell asleep thinking nothing of it and has been asleep and that's what caused his absence. We don't have proof of that, but there was nothing else we could find except him.
Hopefully he will wake up. That's not your accent.
Find the Heather within.
It's getting tough. It's getting hard. The waters are. Hopefully, it's not. Well, whatever. He will wake up soon, and we can get some more answers out of him. You all look terrible. You should rest. This is big. We'll take care of him. Go
Okay.
sleep.
Thank you. And I guess telling you the sand sailors are so on, be on the lookout for our friends. They'll probably be somewhere within the outskirts, much like we were. At some point.
I will.
Just look for the owlbear.
Yeah.
That should be a
That-
sign.
That group too. Neither
She
of them
nods.
really.
Yes, we'll have people looking out. This is a lot to process. We have to. Oof. Okay. You go sleep, Rizlan. You tell us everything tomorrow, or whenever you fucking wake up. I don't know. You're a weirdo. She starts like turning back to the others and like ordering like, hey, come get this man some like fucking help.
Some milk.
Get him some juice.
You need some milk?
Juice box staff.
Can we give the Emperor a juice box?
He needs at least that. Come on. Oh god, he's slightly damp, isn't he?
Yeah, his face is wet.
Yeah, I briefly thought about asking Ren to prestidigitation, and then I never said it.
I mean,
so...
we walked through the desert for a little bit. He's fine.
That's evaporated. No, what's happened is he's just sandy now.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. He's super drilled in his sleep now. It's fine. Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah.
Ren turns to the rest of you and says, I should go rest.
Go.
You too.
I will in a bit. I still need it too. Well, I'd need something to ease a conscience a little bit. Go rest. See you in
He
a
sort
bit.
of grunts and then looks down at himself and says, I don't have any other clothes. Okay. I've done worse. And he starts walking away.
Sorry, I didn't think to take anything from my place. Anyway.
You know, I'll find something.
I'm going with Rizlan.
Okay. Yeah, he goes back to his tent and passes the fuck out.
As Mir walks out from the business center, essentially, that crowd that was still there, where it's like, well, we all have jobs to do. We'll go forth and the rest of this will be sorted. Go. And he doesn't, like, actively shoo everyone out, but just, like, you know, like, hey, party's...
What are you
parade's-
looking at? I'm walking!
Yeah, parade's over. Go home. Be sure not to walk in the same direction, otherwise it's just a continuation. But,
Yeah, the crowd sort of, who's all at this point like, the Emperor's alive, he's here, the Emperor's here, and they're like, all like chattering most of stuff, and they're like, shoot, get out of here, go home! And they're like, okay, fine, alright, and they start dispersing. There's still some like kids like peeking in like, that's the Emperor, I'm gonna check it out. But you disperse most of them, yeah.
just like as Merrick goes, he's not like actively like trying, but he's just letting them know, hey, fun's over, and he leaves, and he goes ahead and walks through the city a little bit towards one of the whatever walls that remain, and uses fly to try to see any sort of a sign of reverence and Peric and North showing up
Give me a
anytime
perception
immediately.
check.
Still with disadvantage, but I'm taking it. Because I still have one. Yeah, I still have one exhaustion point, so disadvantage. Nope.
Yeah, you fly up, and it is beginning to hit afternoon at this point, so it is incredibly hot out here. And it's not pleasant. Like you fly up higher to sort of get a aerial view, and all it does really is sort of distort everything with the heat waves. And a few times you think you see them, and then you fly over. It's nothing. It's like a ruin and a couple of rocks, and you just get disheartened.
After a few of those, Merritt like floats back up and slightly breaks to himself, and then goes back down to sleep, or at least rest. Not quite sleep.
All right. So,
This music's so fucking dramatic.
the rest of the day passes, and your friends don't show up. And the next morning, you all awake, fully rested at this point, pretty much. I think Rizlon still has one exhaustion point. Yeah, but you feel significantly better, especially Merritt, who no longer has exhaustion. And there's still no word if anyone's around. You, I imagine, probably call Star at some point, any of you. And Star has collected your things, including Hector and Lilith. Thorn had to feed Hector because Star was too afraid. And but Hector has been fed.
Wonderful.
And they are currently heading your direction. But they're not really sure how to get to you, given there's no cable car, and they can't really cross the desert without a boat. So there's that issue.
Do
If they
they
just get close enough, we can.
How many cities were there between here and the capital?
Map. There's 2, 3.
2, 3. Got it.
There's 2 full cities, and there's Renlin, which is cut in half and weird. But you know. So
We'd
yeah,
have to
they are.
boat somewhere.
Yeah, they're still heading in that direction, but it's difficult.
but
It'll
would
take
they
a while.
One of the cities in
did they
between.
relay that or what, sorry.
You can go ahead.
Oh, I was just asking if they relayed that information that they just don't really know how to get back.
Yeah,
Okay.
they tell you, like, Star says, like, the farthest it can go is Renlin again, and then it's kind of a dead end.
Yeah.
One of the cities in between, does it have a teleportation circle?
Enid does, yes.
Maybe
And so does Renlin.
Rizlon can get them back to the Horntail or something. In here, this one.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. So you tell him that.
On this day and each day, or at least every other day. No, probably every day. The guilt is that strong. Merritt, like, at one point asks to borrow or buy like a little capelet or like a simpler shirt that isn't like as fancy. It can be messed up and so on. And a hat similar to what he had, but it doesn't have to be quite perfect. And keeps taking that flight around the city.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for him.
Yeah. You, everyone, I guess, it's easy enough to find a spare sort of like work clothes thing.
Like, again, Merritt repays them in some fashion. I remember he took like at least a small amount of coin along with him into the gala. I don't remember how much, but he offers a little bit of that if he has to, but just does that and looks.
You look for the next couple of days and you do not find them. In the meantime, the next day after you return, Heather calls you all up to the tree again. And you return, and Yurik has sort of had this setup now where he is sleeping in the tree's room. They've like brought in a cot and like sort of this makeshift wall curtain so that he's just not like out in the public, but has a little divot to himself. And
Fantasy coma.
Yeah.
That sort of setup. Okay, anyway.
Sort of talks to all of you, and says, with the Emperor back, do you know anything about who is in the capital right now? And Ren says, we only found, who I guess also Ren turns back to the other Ren. This Ren.
The really
This
smug
one.
bastard Ren.
There
we go. Yeah.
Wait,
That's what he is.
is that okay?
Yeah.
Didn't Heather only ever see his mask?
Yes. Yeah, but he doesn't have his mask right now,
Yeah.
Okay.
or his normal clothes.
All right, Rizlan.
And she just kind of accepts that this is Rizlan. Like, she does give another look, fuck. But Rizlan just kind of ignores it, and he's still tired. And he says, we only found 2 people in the capital. All of the filing cabinets, any sort of records were gone. There was nothing.
Not
And-
even ashes.
She frowns.
Hey, can I make another check to see if I know what language they're speaking?
You can, yeah. Make a history check.
Okay. I'm just dropping everything. Oh god. I'm so nervous. Not great. 9.
Yeah. You still can't super recall. It is still familiar, but you don't.
Okay.
You don't really know where still. You haven't had that epiphany.
One day.
Someday. And she sort of frowns at this information and goes, was there anyone really? And Rasan just kind of nods.
The cabin.
I mean, I caught one of the guys' names that was in there. Well,
Ramphead. No, wait.
Narar, was it?
Natar.
Natar. Yeah.
Blonde, elvish, eye patch. Spellcaster of some kind.
Eye patch on the left eye, but yeah, spellcaster. But yes, Natar, I don't know who the hell that is.
He was in the official uniform, but I
He had the
wouldn't know his
badge and everything,
significance.
so I don't know.
Which we took. Which Nor took.
Nor did it take.
Mm-hmm. He took a few things, if I remember.
Well, it would appear that our suspicions at least were correct. Emperor Malus is not in power currently. Obviously, he's asleep right here. She sort of looks at it.
Obviously.
So the real question is, who is in power?
Someone far less kind, it would seem. But I don't know if that narrows down our suspects.
Ren sort of pipes up and says, well, my current theory is either it was or some sort of spy. I don't believe those people worked for the government.
It's possible we weren't the only ones with an interest in what happened to the Emperor. But someone infiltrated the guard rather than the gala.
Heather sort of looks thoughtful and says, I would really like it if you would wake up, you fucking bastard. Just kind of looks at Yurik. Would love to know what's going on.
Has Moon tried anything? Has anyone with any other sorts of restoration tried? We tried to remove a curse. We tried to wake him in usual ways, but there was still nothing.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to check. Can I try a lesser restoration and a level 4 dispel magic?
You certainly can.
Cool. I'm gonna try a lesser
Mid-conversation
restoration.
to this?
They just walk off.
Yeah, Heather is literally like mid-answering, like, we had the healers come in and he just seems to be what are you doing?
I guess they're testing my inquiry there. I think. How's it going, Pen?
Bam, lesser restoration.
Bam. Yeah, nothing happens when you use lesser restoration.
Bam, level 4 dispel magic.
Bam, yeah.
Bam! Bam! At the spell magic, the sort of like wave of magic from your spell kind of covers him for a few moments, and nothing happens for several minutes before he sort of groans and rolls over slightly.
Yes!
Which one was that one?
Dispel magic. It's magic.
He slowly opens his eyes and begins to
I'm so sad I was asleep. I was thinking that the whole time while I was asleep.
As he starts to get up, Merritt looks at Heather and goes, well, that just about solves it, doesn't it?
She just looks
The
like,
bastard's awake.
oh, I love you so much. And like quickly hops down from the table and starts walking over. And Ren also looks very surprised before walking over.
Yeah. Merritt sort of goes around, gives a little more breathing room, but goes around.
No, Pen is right up in his face.
Oh, of course. As
Um,
pins do.
Yurik slowly sits up and like puts a hand to his head and just kind of groans slightly before like opening his eyes and looking around.
As he looks around, Merritt goes, good morning, Your Highness. I guess
Hi,
that's still
Eric.
the title.
I'm Pen.
Uh, looks around very confused at the surroundings.
Why did I go into this shit hole?
May I ask where I am?
You're in Gladia.
Pin?
He asked.
I'd advise leaving it to Heather. She is in charge, no?
Sort of looks over to Heather. Have you gestured her? She sort of walks up.
Mary didn't gesture, but did look at her, which gives enough of a clue.
Heather walks up and sort of gives him a nod and says, "Hello, you've been asleep for a very long time." And he sort of stares at her for a moment before looking down at himself and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. What is happening?"
You've missed quite a bit.
Then please update me. I'm sorry. My head hurts. And he sort of slowly like pushes his legs out of the coffin, like rubs his temples for a few moments.
When I say you've missed a lot, sir, you...
It was a year and a half.
Yeah.
Year and a half, 2 years?
I mean,
Something along those lines.
a
wasn't
year
it?
and...
I can
Wait,
understand why
okay.
your head hurts. You have slept quite a long time.
Subtlety.
What happened? Where? Okay. And he starts standing up and like looks kind of dizzy.
Whoa.
Let's
Well,
rephrase
you're
it.
on, Highness.
You've been lying down for a year, a step at a time, including not exactly taking steps, Meves.
Yeah, he quickly like sits back down and goes, "Okay, I what happened? What happened?" And Heather sort of crosses her arms and says, "Well, I was hoping you could tell us that. You have essentially been missing for 2 years." And he just kind of frowns at that and says, "I was just sleeping in I was in my own house. Last thing I remembered." Kind of looks around at this tree. "And I was tending to my garden. And then I decided to take a nap because I was feeling tired. And now I'm here."
From what we experienced, the sleep isn't incorrect, but it seemed to have been magically induced, and was continuously so.
By any chance, did you feel any kind of vibrations or sound of some sort that could have made you tired?
There was something, and he like holds his head again. It feels weird. Yes, maybe. I think so.
Yeah. Okay, that was it.
Yeah.
There was like a sleep
Yeah.
crystal or something. It was bad.
Did you
Ren
have a
almost
crystal
died.
in the middle? Did you have a crystal placed in the middle of your room? Not your room, but
The landing of your place.
yeah.
No.
Was that there before?
No.
Cool, okay.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
that.
So, yeah.
So someone had a sneaky idea.
Someone's this little
Yeah.
sneaky bitch.
Someone's a little bastard.
So that wasn't supposed to be there. Good to know we
And-
can destroy that one.
Yeah, that would have been nice to know before.
Is that still there? Am I? How did you get me out? What's happening?
Yes.
We did, but
We went to the Feywilds.
yeah, we kind
Pin?
of traveled through other planes to get you
Yes.
out.
Did you get everyone out?
What do you
Everyone.
mean, but
He sort of just slowly covers his head with his hands.
You were the mission we were sent to get. Information on where you went. Or your grave. We weren't sure what to find. We found you.
There were
Some
There was a snake.
there's a snake who was asleep.
My snakes were there. But I'm more worried about my family.
oh goodness.
Meredith
Yeah, we
slowly
only
over
went
at Rin
down
and
one
Hathara.
room or one hallway. I take it your
Ren, you didn't say
family
there
or
was
your
a
living
family.
quarters.
I didn't know he had a family.
As it remains.
I'm afraid your family is still in there with
I
the
think-
crystal.
They're
Probably.
just sleeping.
Probably.
Probably, most likely.
Maybe.
If they thought told me put you asleep, then it probably affected everyone else within. But that was the only effect. It
Hopefully they will be fine. This is a lot.
Yeah, also it seems like the government or something decided to
Oh yeah.
Highness, you were
start running everything.
They destroyed a city and a half.
Yeah, this is one of them.
He just frowns deeply.
Do
It
you know
wasn't
of any
a
enemies you might have had?
There was problems. Nothing to this extent that I thought of. We kept finding spies, and he like kind of rubs his face, but they were gone. I had to make sure. I need to go home. I need to see what is happening.
I would advise resting first at least.
I think I've done enough sleeping.
But you're not exactly fit to travel when you can barely walk. Furthermore, given the state that the government has been left in, it's not a great idea to show your face around.
Yeah, something tells me they did not want you getting out.
Do they know I'm out?
We don't know, but I don't think so. Well,
They probably know we found you.
They may
At
not
the
have known
most.
we escaped. We
Ren
don't know.
says, they
What?
probably think we're sleeping with you.
Yeah.
Wink.
What you miss is me doing an actual eyebrow thing of Merrick going, yeah. Like, thinking about it, not saying anything.
Yurik frowns and says, well then why did you, okay,
I'm sorry, I know this is a lot to take in all at once. So take your time.
We don't know how far the conspiracy runs. As it stands, you're here with what remains of the resistance that looked for you.
Heather just kind of waves and smiles at him.
And
He-
she's in charge.
He looks at her and says, "Then I suppose I am no longer the ruler of my country."
But you're still some sort of a symbol.
Well then,
I think
can someone get me something to walk with? A stick. I need to move. I have sat for too long. I need to see things.
Right. Mary literally just looks for
yeah,
anything
no,
susceptible to
You're in a
court
tree,
staff.
right?
Yeah.
Can we grab a stick? Or
Yeah,
help
just-
you
yeah.
and craft one?
Grab a stick.
Cool.
There's a stick around somewhere.
Just gives it to him, and Merritt goes, given that a lot of the public definitely doesn't know what happened, you being alive is a very good sign and a very powerful thing probably against whoever usurped you.
Why not just kill him?
That does remain the question. If he can be killed.
Yeah, you're like really old.
I am, yes. And he laughs. I am.
Interesting feat to uphold.
That is, I have a lot to think about right now. If you wish, I will tell you what I know, but please let me. You say we are Eulalia.
Mm.
Yeah.
He sort of like pushes himself to his feet using the stick and like forces himself to walk, and it's very shaky. So like Ren immediately kind of grabs him.
Yeah, even as like Rin tries to let go, if York seems vaguely stable enough, Merritt still hovers, as if he has the strength to help this man. But
Yeah.
it's the thought that counts.
You all sort of help him out, and he sort of just looks at the ruins of the city, essentially outside of the. And Heather walks out with you, and he looks like genuinely like upset at how destroyed the city is, and like he just kind of stops walking as soon as he sees it. And Heather walks outside and kind of looks it over with him for a moment before turning back and says, "Your absence has been very missed. Things are not well right now. And I would very much appreciate your help making them better again." So, Carrick, Revan, Nor,
Hi, one of those is me.
you watch your friends get teleported from the Feywild by Merritt's mother. And as they all disappear, she sort of turns back to you, and let me grab her face. Come back.
Here she is, to stare into my soul, but finding Merritt and looking disappointed.
I apologize for making you make this choice. I have a deep concern for my son. I fear he is walking somewhere that I can't follow, with many in his lead that I do not trust.
Reverend's just like shrugging, like, what are you gonna do?
She sort of nods to all of you and says, I hold no ill will for not taking my proposal.
Well, I appreciate that, because you're scary.
She laughs.
I am scared of you.
Jess, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure you haven't said anything wrong.
Just panicking.
Panic. Anxiety.
I'm in danger.
You're the one with weird similar. You're in danger. Anyway.
The crow that none of you saw earlier, but for our purposes, flies by, and without even looking, one of the tree roots whips out and just kind of smacks it out of the sky. And she just kind of looks at it for a moment and frowns before turning back to all of you, and doesn't really acknowledge how there's now a dead crow on the floor.
What did that crow do to you?
Caw? Do you say, what did that crow do to you?
Uh-huh.
She says, unwelcome eyes.
Oh.
Oh Jesus, she's bird racist.
Peric! Peric lays an egg.
Oh no.
No.
I guess we should go.
Yeah, Peric is like, okay!
You see their feathers ruffle up. Just fear.
Looks down at the tree roots you're all kind of standing on. Okay. Quickly takes both of your hands. We should go.
Yeah. We should.
Alright. So you all take hands really quickly. Do you say anything to Solaria before you leave?
Thanks
Bye.
for letting us crash.
We'll look out for your son.
She sort of nods in approval at that, and Peric says, it's been goodbye, and just quickly casts.
It's been.
1 week.
It's good to meet you.
I hope it's only been 1 week.
1 week. Yeah.
And the spell takes hold, and you see her like sort of raise a hand to wave you goodbye one last time before you all sort of fall through the floor and get teleported to. You said you're going to Gladia, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you get teleported to actually the middle of the city.
Oh shit.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
And you sort of land on your asses quite hard on the sort of rock around the tree. And it is nighttime,
Oh, Jesus.
and you sort of look up, like, God, how much time has passed?
I'm
City
gonna
is
call my friends.
still destroyed. And as you sort of all stand up, Emperor Meles is standing pretty much behind you and kind of looks at you all very surprised before turning back to the tree and says, I believe your friends are here. And we're gonna leave it there.
How long?
Thank God.
Tell us how long!
Please don't. Let me
Oh,
call
shit.
my friends. Let me talk to them.
Say no.
That
And Parrot.
You didn't tell
God, there she is.
fucking cliffhanger
complete
of the
asshole.
century.
You didn't tell us how long.
Nope.
Fuck you.
Oh my god.
I don't think you did.
That cliffhanger was fucking killer. I mean, listen to Siren, it's killing her.
Fuck you. Let me talk to my friends, you fucking slut.
Oh my
The
god.
crow was gone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the crow was obviously Kalon the whole time.
Not
Not
him,
him, but
like his
yeah,
eyes.
of course. Oh my god. A lot happened.
God, mood. But I think that's more of a mood for y'all too, because, yeah.
How many missed texts do they have?
I can't
you'll
check. Right
Find
now.
out next session. Oh, I guess I did. You do also have to give me a wisdom save real fast.
Just them, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
Nor is
Nor
fine.
doesn't.
It's just Peric and Reverence.
it's just reference.
Oh.
Kill me.
Oh.
Whatever. Just strike me down.
Yeah,
Fuck
Reverence.
me up. It's fine.
Reverence doesn't remember the Feywild.
Oh god, that's a 2. What about Peric?
Peric remembers.
Okay.
So Reverence is just confused. Great.
Reverence, the last thing you remember was going from the palace. So essentially, you have teleported from the palace to here in your brain, and now Yurik is here. So yeah, it's kind of confusing.
But I remember talking about going to the Feywild.
Yes, you remember everything before being in the Feywild.
Cool. Fine. Whatever. It's fine.
Fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying, I promise.
This was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Chaka.
tired.
Waka chaka.
Waka shaka. Sad waka shaka.
So that was fun.
Yeah?
You can say that?
That was fun.
Fun as a word.
That's great.
I'm having a mental breakdown. It's really fun.
Big guilt.
God, I know you can't answer this and we don't know, but like, so are we just tied to Merit for like eternity, like life?
Yeah, she didn't set a
Like
time
till
limit.
he.
She
till
also
he-
didn't specify one
or
death.
just-
She
Yeah.
did specify that only one of us would die, though, so hopefully not like all of us would die at once. So that's
Yeah.
good. That's a bonus.
Basically, what happens is if Merritt, as far as I can tell from the wording, because fucking Faye,
Yeah. Sorry.
any one of you will go down. We don't know which one.
But
But
she
if
did
Merritt goes
specify
down-
one, which is very important.
One of you will go down.
One of us will take your place.
And I still hold to the point that I don't know if that means just peace
The
out,
one-
gone, or can actually be revived after the fact. Probably be able to be revived after the
Am I
fact, but I
remembering
don't
correctly
know.
that she said in battle? Or was
Yeah,
it
she
just
said in
okay?
battle.
Good. So Pen's not gonna die 400 years from now when Merritt finally dies. That's good. I'm
Mary
glad.
kicks the bucket. Pen. Oh fuck!
It could be Pin or Noah. I don't know how long Noah lives.
Like
No, it's
someone in
shorter.
the. No.
Pen
thought
lives
it was-
3,000 years.
Yeah.
Oh, 3,000. Okay, yeah.
Well,
No,
yeah.
it's like
hopefully.
If
someone,
we cap out,
Hopefully.
if we cap out at level 20,
Well, 18 only.
oh, 18. Okay. Phew.
Sure.
If you defeat the nature god, in a hand-to-hand duel.
If I murder Merritt's mom with my own two hands.